So now let's go over diaphragmatic breathing and how it's connected to our pelvic floor. So first off, I'll explain the mechanics of how this happens, and then we'll practice it. So imagine the diaphragm, which is located right underneath the ribs. And it's this breathing muscle that moves up and down as you breathe. And then the pelvic floor, located on the bottom. Your abdominal muscles across the front, and then your deep back stabilizers in the back. And this whole area creates this pelvic cylinder, and that's what we're looking at expanding and relaxing as we breathe. It's also called 360-degree breathing because it's this whole area that should be moving. So how it's linked to your pelvic floor is that as you inhale, the diaphragm moves down, the lungs fill with air, and the pelvic floor moves down or relaxes. And then as you exhale, the diaphragm moves up and the pelvic floor lifts up as well. So it's a little counterintuitive, so let me say that one more time. As you inhale, the diaphragm moves down, the air comes in, increases the pressure, and the pelvic floor moves down or relaxes. And then as you exhale, the pelvic floor moves up and your abdominals contract to get all of the air out. So let's try it. So go ahead and lay on your back in a comfortable position. You can support your head with a pillow. And you're going to put one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest. And let's just take a moment to get comfortable. Take a few deep breaths. I like to keep my knees bent to kind of support your back. So now what you're going to pay attention to is that the hand on your chest stays still and does not move that much. You want the hand on your lower abdomen to rise up as you inhale and then come down as you exhale. So let's give that a try. Go ahead and breathe in through your nose. The belly rises. And then exhale through the mouth. And do that again. Inhale through the nose, belly rises, and exhale through the mouth. So if you're already a bit confused by this, or you're feeling like you're not getting it, don't worry at all. It's not really, it doesn't come natural, right? We have to kind of think about it. A lot of times clinically what I see is people breathing mostly with their chest will rise and fall, or what they do is just inhale and really push their belly out. But we want all of this just to happen a bit more naturally, okay? So try this. Put your hand on the side of your rib or on your lower ribs, and then keep that one hand on your chest. And I want you to try and inhale and move the ribs out. So inhale into the hand on your ribs, and then exhale. And inhale, expand into your hand on that ribs. And with your thumb in the back, you should feel your back body expanding, and then your finger on the front, also feel the ribs in the front expanding. And then exhale. Let's try one more like that. Inhale, feel the belly rise and the ribs expanding. And then exhale, relax. So now let's bring a little awareness to your pelvic floor. And remember I said it was a little bit counterintuitive, so let's go over it. As you inhale, the belly rises, the ribs expand, and the pelvic floor drops or relaxes to make room for that pressure, or you can imagine just to make room for all that air coming in. So go ahead and inhale and exhale. Inhale, belly rises, ribs expand, and the pelvic floor drops. And now exhale, and keep going with your exhale. And at the end of the exhale, feel your abdominals contract to push out the rest of that air, and then you might feel your pelvic floor rising. So again, inhale, belly rises, ribs expand, pelvic floor relaxes, and exhale. Abdominals gently contract, and the pelvic floor rises back up. So take your time with this. Any sort of deep breathing should be more of a relaxing exercise. So take your time, practice, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact me.